Hey everybody, welcome back to Coffee and One Thing. This is Team Beery and we're so glad you're here. We are caffeinated and motivated and ready to rock and roll today.
Woohoo!
We're going to be talking about renting versus buying and some of the tax advantages to that. Our coffee this month is Folgers Classic Roast. So pop it in your Keurig and let's have a cup of coffee together.
We were hoping for a song. She's not going to give it to us this
Maybe
time.
next episode.
We're going to keep teasing you. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So we want to know why buy instead of rent? That is a big question.
It's the same payment. What's the difference?
It's the same payment. What does it matter?
Possibly less.
A lot of times less.
With the way.
Yeah, a lot of times less.
You know, with the way how rent has been increasing. I mean, I know.
You mean the payment's less than the rent?
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Did that not make sense?
Well, I was taking it that the rent was less than the payment.
Oh, no, not typically.
No, I didn't think so. But
I don't know.
you're good.
That's why it's worth figuring that out.
It's worth asking the question.
Right.
Talking to a lender, seeing what you qualify for.
Absolutely.
What the steps would be.
And if your credit isn't right, what do you need to do to work on your credit so that way you can be ready maybe the next
to get a
year.
better interest rate.
Absolutely.
But your rent could go up like it has been going up lately.
Yeah, it's definitely
a lot
not
of people
fixed.
With a payment, it's fixed.
Right.
15 or 30 years.
So that's nice, is you just know it's going to be.
No, it's.
I think that's probably the biggest. Wouldn't you say that's the
It's
biggest
peace of
of it? Is
mind.
it's you have more control over your monthly budget because you know this is my mortgage payment.
Right.
You know, and your mortgage payment, if you have a loan, a mortgage, it includes your taxes
And your insurance.
and so you get a really good lump sum of this is my monthly
Outflow. Cash flow.
Thank you.
Cash flow. And it never changes. So you could say, okay, at this point, maybe I have some extra money. I could put a little bit more money towards that. And instead of having a 30-year mortgage, now you only have a 15 or a 10-year mortgage if you do it right. That's a huge strategy that you will never make a payment again after that 10 years, 15 years. So that's a huge piece that is always good.
Right.
It also establishes credit.
Your credit, yeah. So like you don't get a credit score because you're paying rent.
No. You need credit to establish a credit score.
Right.
I don't think I'd ever necessarily thought of that. Right? That renting does not help your credit score.
No. Yeah, you're basically paying somebody else's mortgage.
Well, I've thought of it that way.
Yeah.
But as far as in the term of credit score.
Right.
Because, I mean, that's huge. If you go to buy anything, a car, furniture, I don't know, whatever else, a boat.
And interest rates, even when you buy a car or you buy a boat or you're buying something, they look at what your history is.
Impacted.
And if you have good history, then you get a better interest rate. So it all kind of plays together. So, again, another good reason to buy and not rent.
Yeah.
So what happens if, and creating, we kind of talked about it with Deb on the last episode.
She was very fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deb.
Thanks, Deb.
Yeah, if you missed it, our previous episode 36, we had a special guest, Deb Martinez from Martinez and Schenken. She's a CPA, and she gave us some great information about how taxes are owning a home and taxes go together and how that works and some advantages and investment strategy.
Yeah, they came up with a lot of things. And so one of the things she talked about was net worth. Like you do actually have a net worth because you bought a home, whereas you don't have a net worth if you're renting.
You don't have that piece of...
I mean, that's how people...
the word just went out of my brain.
Build wealth.
Equity?
Well, you do... hopefully you have equity in your home.
Right.
Collateral. You don't have
yes, you don't have any
a
collateral.
piece of collateral.
That is true.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So sometimes I hear from renters, well, I don't like to do the maintenance on it. I'm not a
Yes.
handyman. I don't know how to fix things. Well, there are things in place that could alleviate that concern.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah. So you can get a home warranty,
Right.
which I'm sure if you're on this planet, you have been called to
Right.
To purchase a home warranty.
Yeah.
And so really,
Well,
like,
and handymen aren't that expensive.
and handymen are not expensive. And we have a great resource on our teambeery.com website that has a huge list of great people that we know
Vendors.
and trust
Yep.
that would help you with any of those types of things.
Plumbing,
Yes.
electrical,
Right.
handyman.
So to
Contractors.
me, like that is kind of I mean, I get it that you're worried about it, but it's also something that, and as Deb said, you get to write some of that off because you're improving your house.
Correct.
Right.
So there's
can
a
be used
plus
as a
on
tax
that.
write-off.
Yeah, there's
Right.
plus on
Yes.
that. So to me, I think there's a lot of really cool things about owning a home. And so what else do you think?
Well, they might complain about HOA dues.
Oh, see, a lot of times people
But
are like,
if you're living in an apartment, you're paying them.
you're paying basically
Or
what
a
the
Well, even if you're
community-
renting a
Right.
private, like a single family home,
If it's in an HOA.
Yeah.
more
Yes.
than likely it's just wrapped into the rent.
Right. So
Right.
you're paying it in one way or another, but you don't really get to say anything because you don't own it.
No.
Right.
And
You
so
can't be
you
on
can't
the HOA board.
vote. You can't make any comments about it. You
Right.
can't, like they look at you as outsiders, and so it's kind of nice to be an owner to make sure that you have a voice. That
Right.
what's happening in that community is what you want happening.
Right.
Right.
So to me, there's a huge value for that as well. And one thing that people don't realize is dues are actually paid separately.
HOA dues.
So
yes.
we want to make
They are
sure
not
that
part
it's
of your
not
mortgage
part of your
payment.
mortgage. Yeah. So sometimes people get confused about that, but that's pretty nominal when it comes to an actual mortgage. So you're looking usually on the south side of $200 a month,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I
Yeah.
was like, huh? Well, and there are some communities, like I have, clients that have bought in a condo community, and the HOA, maybe it was a higher than if you looked at like a single family, depending on the neighborhood, but the HOA also covered like sewer and trash.
Absolutely.
So that
And
that's
roof.
an
And roof.
offset.
Yeah, and roof.
Yeah, depending
and
on the
Front yard
community.
and roof.
Yeah.
depending
Yeah.
on the community.
Yeah.
So that definitely is
So
an
it all
offset.
kind of offsets. So you need to kind of think of it as a whole picture.
Right.
That's kind of what we were
Agreed.
thinking on
I
that.
agree.
Yeah.
But there are tax advantages along with the building wealth advantages.
Uh-huh.
And if you have questions, you can reach out to us, but you can also reach out to Martinez and Shankin.
Right.
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 I love that she talked about how they have a lady who kind of helps you ask all the questions and helps figure out what you need and how they can help you best.
And then get you to the right person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because everybody has different scenarios. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing like, especially in a tax world, like nobody fits in just one box.
Right.
Nope.
So
Agreed.
yeah. So that's pretty cool. And
Good stuff.
and really at the end of the day, if you need more information, we are always here to help.
Right.
And we are going to be helping you buy that house to get you into your first time home buyer. That's
Yeah.
one of my
Build you some wealth.
favorite things
Yep.
to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. We have resources on our website, teambeery.com. That's BEERY.
Beer with a Y.
And
I say that because you always like to say that.
you can, and if you enjoy this episode and found something useful, share it, like it, make a comment below. And if there's anything that you're interested in hearing about and you would like us to feature a podcast around that, just send us a message.
We're ready to rock it.
Yeah. Have a great
right.
day.
Bye-bye.
Always use the
Beer
Beer
Good
Good team.